Alright, you guys, I think this is part 3, and this should pretty much finish. Well, no, this should be the last part of this video, and then I'm gonna tell you what to do. Hold on, I need to get a sponge. Okay, I know I should be ready, but I'll tell you why I'm not. Let's see here. I actually left my sponge that I was using yesterday on my desk, and I didn't clean it off. If I'm doing a project, I'll just keep washing this out until it fall off the stick, and normally they do. But anyway, I want to see what I'm doing here. Okay, and you guys are, let me see, I might have to move this a little. Should I have to? No, I don't think so. I think you're fine right here. Yeah. Okay, so this right here is totally dry now. And as you can see, that's what the inside looks like. Can you see that? And I actually cleaned off the bottom. This is now is when you want, before I was trying to do it, it was still wet. So you don't want to do it there. I'm going to clean off the bottom of this because I want the contrasting paper that I'm using on the outside of this to actually show through the bottom of this vase. Yeah, you want to get it as neat as possible, and to do this, just wait until it's dry. Okay, and you can actually get a really clean cut there. You see that? Alright, you guys, let me see, do I have I think I have it down far enough so you can see. And I'll have to remember to kind of work in this area. But as you can see, those are the strips that I put on here yesterday. And this is what it looks like on the inside. Now, mind you, I also did a plate. And you could do the same thing to it. You would have to clean up. This is the plate that I did. And what you do before you actually apply your other layer on there, because this plate is only going to be done on this side. You would take your paper and you would start gluing it on here. Okay, just like that. Yeah, but you want to clean off the decoupage that's on there. Water is good. Yeah, but you'll have to make sure you don't wet it so much that your image comes off. You do this the same way you do the vase. Just make sure you can use any printed paper. I showed you the ones I use. If you haven't seen it, just go back and look at I think it was the first or the second video, one of those. I did 2 already, and this is the next one. But see all that gooey stuff right there? That's what I'm wiping off. If you can wipe it off while it's wet, it's better, because then you don't have to go back and do it. I'm kind of a messy crafter. Yeah, I don't mind getting a little wet. I mean, dirty. Yeah, so some people don't like glue and paint and all that kind of stuff, but to me this is fun, and it's all the mess that makes it fun. Yeah, so yeah, you just wipe that off, and you do the exact same thing that I did to this one right here. On the back side, you're going to put it, you're just going to glue your paper on there. If these were long enough sheets, I could actually take these and just glue them on there. So, and you put the glue on the paper side, on the image side. And then when you finish, you'll have a white side, just like this. And then you'll take the paper and you'll glue it on this side. After you cover this whole thing with one print, You'll let it dry, and then you'll come back and you'll take another print. I'm going to show you how to do that now. Now, I showed you again what it looks like. You can see the flower that I put on there first, and you can also see the printed paper that I put on there. Now I am going to start, and I'm not going to repeat all the things I showed you how to do in the first video. If you want to know how to do that, just go back to the videos, okay? So I have some watered down Mod Podge, and I'm going to start doing the same thing to this right here, except for this time you're actually going to take the paper and you're going to put it on the right way. Yes, the wrong side down. You're going to actually put it on this way, okay? There you are. Use your fingers. Yes, it really works. Yes, so you're going to put it on this way. You can glue it down, but you really want to make sure this time that this really adheres. When I finish this, if you don't want to use varnish, and varnish should just make it look like glass. Yes, if you use varnish every day, just take a coat of varnish and put over it, and you're going to end up with a piece that you are going to be so proud of. Yes. Yeah, so this is what you do. I hope everybody understand. I'm trying to explain this in the simplest way I can, and I don't think my instructions are complicated. Tell me if they are. Ask any questions that you have, but I can't do live videos. And if I did live videos, yeah, it would go on forever. Yeah, so yeah, because these processes, you have to wait for the paint to dry. If you accelerate it, I couldn't tell you what it would come out to look like. I am actually going to do the flatter sides first to make it a little easier for me. I'm going to do the flatter sides first, and I don't want these videos to be super long either. So I'm not going to ponder about what I did when I did the first video and what happened and how. It's been a while since I actually did one of these like this. I used to do them all the time, but the process haven't changed. And even if they did, sometimes I will watch videos that are like new, or somebody found a new way of doing something, and I'll do it that way. But if my way is easier, I'll just revert back to how I'm going to try anything once, yeah. But I will revert back to the way that I actually do it. So you're going to just continue as you see me do. You're going to continue to lay this down. Now, here's the deal. This is why you're doing it this way, because when you finish, you're going to have a print inside. So if you sit it down, someone will be able to see. It's really pretty. And then you could take those same images that you have on the inside, though this is a different print. You could put those same images on the outside. Just make sure you keep a lot of this. And this, as you can tell, this decoupage is kind of watery, okay? It's not real thick. You don't want thick. Even if you use glue, and you can use glue, just water it down so it's not super thick. It will actually adhere to this really nicely, okay? So just keep doing that until you have the entire thing covered, okay? I did get a question from someone, and they said that they wanted me to do the whole process. Well, this is the whole process. I'm just not sitting here on screen showing you every single wipe that I make or every single thing that I do. I had to wait for it to dry, so of course I can't come back and say, okay, now do this, because then I wouldn't be giving you a tutorial. I'll just be telling you what to do. What I want to do is, as it dries, I want to just give you instruction on how I'm doing it. Okay? So, I'm just going to keep wrapping it and do like I do, okay? Just keep doing this. And you could leave it like this right here, because this is going to be cut off again, because we're going to put this piece down here on like we put this first piece on. You got to do that so that you could see that image on the bottom. Yeah, it's nothing on the bottom. You can see my finger, see? So when you finish, you want to be able to see this image. So you're going to wait for it to dry. You're going to cut this off again, and then you're going to put this on the bottom, but facing inward, and I'll show you how to complete it. And we're going to use a piece of felt material, just in case you, yes, one of those little, let's see, 33-cent felt pieces that you get from like Michael's or something. Yeah, you're going to use one of those to put on the bottom so that it doesn't scrape your table or anything like that. Yeah, but anyway, that's what you do right there. As you can see, let me do a few more strips. Just continue to do this. Do the whole thing. Take your time. Put the strips on. Oops, excuse me. Don't cut your strips too big, because your strips is trying to curve. So I have mine. The largest one I have is cut at 1 inch. Don't just take a whole piece of paper and wrap it with it, because then you're going to get bubbles and such. And the reason you're doing it like this is so that you don't get any of those bubbles or anything like that. Just keep doing it. Don't make your paper too wet, or it's really printed paper. That's all it is. It's not cardstock, it's printed paper. It have to be printed paper. If you use cardstock, it's too cardstock is a little heavy to actually work, okay? It can work, but you're gonna have to put forth a whole lot of effort. Yeah, use your hand. I love doing clay because I like working in clay. So do it like you would, okay, remember mud pies? Okay, I could go back. Everybody remember that. Yeah, you know how you smooth things out? Yeah, you smooth your mud pies and stuff out. I'm saying mud pies, not that I play with mud pies now, but I remember mud pies from long ago growing up, and that I think everybody can relate to, so that's why I say mud pies. But yeah, do this until you have covered all of your pieces up. What I want to do is, let's see, I have corners that I could show you now how I work my corners. Okay, so let's try the corner piece. You don't want to, as this dries, it becomes sticky. So once it gets sticky and it's stuck to this, you don't want to keep touching it, because you're going to pull your glue off and you're not going to have a smooth finish. Okay, when I get to a corner, I like to take I'm not going to use that, a piece, and I'm going to use a couple of pieces, because you're going to have to, let's cover this. Yes, you're going to have to actually curve this. Curve it. You see that? And as it dry, you're going to smooth that curve out. Okay? So that would mean that you're going to have to use a couple of these sheets of paper on your corners so that you can get those edges there out. Like that, okay? You see that? Okay, and there you have that little corner right there. And as it dries a little, let it soak in and dry. Just come back until it gets tacky and just smooth your edges if you see any edges on there. Now I'm going to take this smaller piece. Well, no, because it has a, let's see. Yeah, I could do that. I don't want it though. I'm going to take this piece. It doesn't have to be smaller. It can be just the same size, but I don't want a lot of corners, edges, bubbles, none of that. So I'm going to actually take it and smooth it. And smooth it. See, as that paper gets saturated, you can just smooth it out. Yeah, as you saturate it, just smooth those corners out. You see that? Yeah, so keep doing that. And you're going to have to prop this on something. And you don't want to prop it on something that is going to attach to this edge right here. But you do want this to go all the way to your edge, okay? Just keep doing that. Keep covering it. See, I only have a little more to do each of my corners. It's easy to do. Yeah, and this is getting to be about 16 minutes. So instead of it going on and on, you know what I'm going to do with the other two corners, because I did these. And then you're just going to prop it up, preferably on another glass that you have. I use another vase like this, or I have a marble top that I use. I can easily sit my piece down and let it dry. If you want to do that, go to Lowe's. I think this piece costs, it cost me about $3 or $4. I don't know. I don't remember. And then too, I'm able to use my military discount. But let me move this paper out the way. Let me not put that there because it's wet. Let me close this up. But I am going to just prop mine up here because it's not going to do anything. And as it dry, I am going to come back ever so often and make sure I don't have bubbles in it. And if I do while it's wet or damp, I'm just going to get those bubbles out. Okay, you guys? Once it dry, this paper is hard. Okay, so that's when you're going to take. Okay, do you guys want me to leave this here and on the next video show you how to cut this off? I could do that. I could leave the paper sitting up, and when it dries and it's ready to finish the bottom and the outside, I could show you exactly how to cut this off. We're going to use an X-Acto knife. Pretty much that's it. And then we're going to put paper across the bottom and pretty much across the bottom so that it's only on the bottom and you'll see that paper on the inside. All right, you guys, I'm going to call this a video. This is going to be your, I think it's the third video for the decoupage. Yeah, and the fourth one I should be finished, all right? Okay, thanks for watching, everyone. Talk to you later. If you have any questions, leave them at the bottom, okay? All right, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.